Hello, vinyl community. It's me, Martin, again, knocking the table and making the picture wobbly, but I'm back again. I hope you are all doing well. I'm fine. My hay fever has not started yet, so here is my recent video, recent finds, recent things I've been doing. So without further ado, I will now declare my competition for these things closed, like that. And thank you for those that sent a message to me or did a video. John Bellamy did a video. Thank you, John. James Griffis did a video with some other really interesting stuff that he was talking about. A couple of other people got in touch with me, so I'm just deliberating, totting up the final scores, and I think I've decided what to do and that sort of stuff. Anyway, so in the post, I ordered from Australia this, which is a double album from 2011, A Church, a Psychedelic Symphony with the George Ellis Orchestra. So it has a different sound to it, and you can watch some of them on the old YouTube. I don't have, so although the Church are my favourite band, pretty much, I don't have a lot of our later stuff. There are a few of the tracks on here. I mean, it's not that I don't like the later stuff, I just don't think it's as good. But having said that, I'm going to see them twice in June in London. One is supporting the Psychedelic Furs at Meltdown, so it's my head, it just disappears into the background there. It's a bit disturbing. Anyway, I'm not usually this pale in real life. And another is they are doing a weekend at Bush Hall, and I'm going to one of the days when I'm not sure whether they are doing Starfish or a Blurred Crusade, but it's a whole day of stuff, so I'm really looking forward to that. So that is that. Right, competition done. Did a record fair on Sunday, sold some records. Time to have a bit of a clear out, I think, and give that a rest, to be honest with you. It's summer, I don't want to be doing that, especially with hay fever and just it being the summer. You know, why would I want to be with lots of crusty old men in dusty venues with lack of toilet facilities selling records? So these are the finds. I'll do the ones from the record fair first. Right, yeah. Okay. Should have a swig of tea. Sorry about this. God, it's hot. Right. Okay. The guy that was selling so much stuff is usually just a collector. He always buys Hawkwind off me and related stuff. But he was having a clear out. Goodness me, there must have been about 10 boxes, and I could have bought a ton load of stuff, but I only bought a few things from him. Mainly, well, actually, it was most of these, actually. Yeah. Okay. So, and they were these ones were £1, I think. So, I've got an album by Seal for £1, his debut album. This is I was working in a record shop when this came out, and I'd like to go back and revisit it for £1, and then if I don't, well, not a lot of loss really, is there? Here's an album, an earlier album by Earth, Wind and Fire that I thought I would try for £1, and it's from 1973. Yeah. They're the sort of band that a lot of people say they just like the greatest hits. So I suppose in a way I'm giving it another try. Here is something which, believe it or not, I haven't got. And that was £1 as well. There's quite a lot of tracks crammed on here, so I hope it's not too overloaded. I seem to have loads of Vangelis albums. I mean, he would be an artist worth doing a trawl through his stuff and like what's what, and a lot of it is very different sounding within that genre. I think Derek Higgins has done. Certainly seen him talking a lot about Vangelis and liking Vangelis and stuff. So this is an album called Spiral, and it is from the 70s. It's even got like sort of a little. It's got like an embossed sleeve on the inside there, and it's RCA 1977. Make it sound like a red wine. That's an RCA 1977. Right. A Prefab Sprout, an album I am going to try again. Slightly different, this one. This is a Christian album by a Swedish band called Leviticus. I looked it up. This was our last album from 1989, called Knights of Heaven. Here's an inner sleeve with lyrics, and I'll show you the label just if it's something different. No, it is something different. I've never seen that before. I don't know what it is. It's distributed by the Word label, which is a Christian label, and this label is that RM? Oh, a Royal Music Production. Now in the back there's a horse galloping. Oh, it must be the 4 horses. Oh no, it's probably Jesus on a white horse. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. And 2 more from this seller. This I wanted. Cost me 5 or 4, and I wanted this just because Queen doing something like this was really interesting. I thought, and I like the track Flash. And lastly, from that seller, this was described. I didn't know what it was. I was talking to a lot of other sellers. We didn't know what it was. It's actually a band called. What are they called? Savage Republic, and it's sort of like it describes itself as new wave industrial, but then they became later known for bongos and more African sound, which is we thought this was like reggae or African music or something, especially from the way it's sort of the cover and the book. There's a sheet there of stuff telling you, promoting it, and the most amazing thing that was in here was Democratique de Popular de Sauvage, a booklet of stamps that they've done, which is quite cool. I thought, I've never seen anything like that. Obviously, you can't use them, so yeah, if somebody had put this on a letter, it wouldn't have got very far. So that is a very interesting sort of little item there. I thought for a couple of quid, it was the most interesting thing there. Really, a lot of that stuff was bog standard. Couple of £1 fines for sampling here. David Allen album, who I've heard a lot of people talk about from Gong. It's a bit mashed, but I wanted to give it a go. And this is something else. Well, this sort of sums it up really. This album. The book isn't with it, but it's obviously like a warning sort of thing. I'm not even going to talk about what it is, but I think you can probably guess. And then 2 more. I like the old Folkways albums, so I got this. This is for those of you in England, this is Jeremy Corbyn's favourite album. Ruth Rubin was very known, apparently. Saved a lot of songs. And It's got the customary extra thick piece of card in there and a sheet with translations of what the songs are about. And lastly, from the person that one came from, it's a Finnish album with some Finnish things on it, like the a knife and the Alvar Aalto designed knick-knack. What was this? Now this is a kuksa, a little wooden cup to put your drink in, and this is a low quality makkara sausage with plastic on top of it. Yeah, probably about 28% pork or something, and then there's a blueberry up there and a strawberry. Don't know what this is. Don't know about the flowers, and I don't know what this was down here either. But so this is just some album, and there they are sitting in the supermarket. I've no idea what it was, but it didn't cost me very much. So that was the record fair. A couple more things to come. Just some more £1 fines. Okay, so we've got the double television greatest hits album, all American 50s, 60s. So I will enjoy going through that. And a lot of the stuff I don't really know. There's westerns, sitcoms, cartoons, and sci-fi. A few British ones there, The Avengers, The Saint, yeah, that kind of stuff. This album here, dedicated one side to each person. Dev Singh, I think he was, or maybe it was a woman Welsh. Yeah, Gaynor Jenkins is a Welsh Cockney. She's Welsh. That's a joke, yeah. I thought I would give that, it just looked interesting. Might have shown that one before, I'm sure. Here's the Decca label, the World of series. This is Kenneth Williams. It was £1. There's some funny songs on there. There's a version of the one that Pete and Dud did on there of who is it? One leg too few. Very funny. Man goes for a job interview, and he's only got one leg. Is it for a trapeze artist or something? I can't remember now. Well, that's that. Musically, it's pretty good. It's a live album, actually. Then we've got a bit of popcorn, butter. That is on the, let me see, what, it's a Pie label. Yeah, it's Pie International label. One of those. I didn't know this band was American, actually. I didn't know that. And then, similarly, this is the version that you would always see in charity shops in the UK. This Music for Pleasure one, Go Moog, by the band Electric Coconut, with some other songs of the early 70s. Yeah, that's far more familiar. You can see that one in the UK. And then I've got a Moog album by this guy, Canadian guy on Phase 4. Worth listening to that, I think, with some more sort of 60s, 70s songs on it. Who wouldn't want to hear them like performed that way? Then James Griffis. I found one, so I'm very happy to have found this and gave this a spin, and this was great. Yeah, I can exactly know what you're talking about here. Yeah. A few more to go. Now, I've never shown my Madonna albums. I think I've got most of them up to mid-90s sort of thing. I don't know whether this plugs a gap or it was just a quid, so I got it. It's not one of her greatest songs at all, by any means. But I got it. There you go. And then this rather bizarre album, which I'm sure people have occasionally seen. Now, what was he? Capucin monk or something? Here he is. On one side, he's doing religious songs. On the other side, he's doing popular hits of back in the day. A couple of medleys there. Can't wait to hear his version of Get Back. That should be interesting. get back to where? That's the question. And slightly needs a bit of glue, but slightly well, a copy of The Fourth Dimension, which is BBC Radiophonic Workshop. And the main man on this is Paddy Kingsland. There he is. Could almost be Roger Coleman, maybe, with his box of tricks there. I should say hello, Roger. You probably don't watch my videos, but I really like your videos, and yeah, they're just really funny. Moving on to the last little bit here. Here's an Easter egg, a late Easter egg for everybody. A few videos ago, or a comment I wrote, said that I'd love to do a top 10 lookalikes from album covers in the vinyl community. So I found a couple that I had in mind. So, it doesn't really matter what the record is, but I hope they're both okay with this. One guy will definitely be absolutely fine with this. He probably won't give a flying none about it. So let's do him first. Yeah, I think it's the glasses that does it for me. Maybe he looks nothing like it, but here is our very own Vinyl Richie in the woods, absorbing the nature, thinking of some punk garage compilation that he's just found. And I like his videos. It's just it's not really just honesty, but it's just they're good videos, you know. And yeah, maybe some of the stuff he shows, I'm not so. It's a true test, I think, of somebody in the VC, or one of the true tests is you'll watch them, but you don't really like the music, or you're not so keen on the music. Sometimes, yeah, you might watch Headley or somebody, and yeah, maybe you'll get into a bit of country, or sometimes you'll watch something by someone else. You just like to hear them talking about something that they know about, or it's their passion and stuff. So here's Vinyl Richie, and a big hello to him. The album, as you notice, has not been open yet, so maybe he'll be able to sign it for me, I don't know. And lastly, well, I think this looks a little bit like Supra Wes. So hello to him. He is another guy that does, well, really like quite professional videos, you know, of different things. You know, he'll do his Vinyl Me Please releases, he'll do his new stuff, he'll do his record fair, library sale finds, he'll do $1 finds from these places, you know, these things we don't know about in the UK. Urban Outfitters, I don't know what that is. Well, I do now, because he said. So this slightly looks like him, maybe, I don't know. This is just a bit of fun, anyway. So I like his videos. So I suppose in a way I've given two unique plugs to two channels there at the end of this video. So thanks for watching. Coming up to 20 minutes there. That's quite long, really. But if you've scanned it, you might have missed something. Or you might not have got this far. I don't know. So thanks for watching again. And I think that is everything done for now. Yeah. So going to see the church a couple of times in June. Going to Finland in a while as well. So maybe I will find some interesting things there. Catch you all soon. Cheers. Bye.